Blessings to everybody. We in here. Hold on for a minute. There we go. Come in, man. Come in greeting one another. Make sure you come in hitting the like button. That's the first thing you do, whether you're watching the live or whether you're watching this now that we're no longer live. Come in hitting the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you click on the subscribe and the bell as of right now. But man, greetings to everybody. Blessings to everyone. Let's get in here. Hold on. There we go. Shalom to you too, brother. And just to let you know, I wasn't late because I didn't put no time on the YouTube. I only told Instagram and Patreon that I'll be here in 600 seconds. And according to the time, I'm on time. Snazzy, what's going on? Hey, let's get up in here. Let's just talk for a little bit. Good evening. Good evening to you. Good evening to you, darling. Matter of fact, you make sure, and I ain't gonna try to keep y'all all night. Y'all know how I am. Usually when I say that, be like, man, I'm gonna try to do this, man, within an hour, man. We be here 5,644 years later, man. You know? So I'm gonna just go as the game lead me, but I am gonna try to, because I got other videos that I would like to do tonight. So I'm going to at least make an attempt to give you some good information pertaining to this topic, you know what I mean, within an hour, man. I'm going to try, you know? But, oh, Bruce, man, appreciate the 5. Good looking. Let me, allow me to put this Fiji water, you know, in my body. You know, I don't know what water you got in your house, but before you listen to this game, put some water in your body right now. Put some fruit in your body right now. If your breath stank, get your breath right with God before you even sit up there and listen, you know, to this message. Don't be listening to this game and you know that your breath ain't right with God. Get your breath right. Don't be sitting up there in the comment section. That's right, P. That's cool, P. And you know, and your breath is totally contrary, you know what I mean, to what a bitch want to smell. Amen. Amen. Let's get our breath right with God. Get your breath right with God. Amen. Come to the altar of repentance. If you know that your breath smell a damn fool, amen, it's time to repent. Brian, man, I appreciate, man, that 15, man. Good looking. Christian, good looking on the 5, man. Love, I appreciate that. Rob Bass, that's my brother. As a matter of fact, let me sit up there and make Rob a mod. Hold on. Been knowing Rob since high school. You know, Rob knew me. Rob knew me when I was really, truly, sincerely, earnestly, on a daily, you know what I mean, living for God. He was one of the ones actually that came to Christ. You know what I mean? He backslid like I am now, but he had came to Christ, you know what I mean, because of me. Yeah, he had got in holiness and everything. He's one of the few that, you know what I mean, he remembered them days. Peaceful, man, good looking. That's why when I tell y'all that some of y'all can't picture, you know what I mean, seeing coming to high school, coming to school every day suited and booted, no profanity, no girlfriend, no secular, ungodly, worldly, you know, conversations, just magnifying salvation each and every day. See, a lot of people like to lie on their testimony. They want to tell you that they was gangsters their whole life. They caught their first body at 2 years old. You know what I mean? They was doing all of this and that. That's not my testimony. No, I didn't come out. I didn't come out my mama's womb breaking on Oprah, you know, or none of that. You know what I mean? I got basically a lot of good game from spirituality, carnality, you know what I mean? Basically, you know what I mean, in your reality, you know what I mean? Like, I'm blessed all over the board. You know, whether it be from a autobiographical, you know what I mean, from my personal experience, you know, or observation of your life, you know what I mean? But I think within my 37 seconds of being on earth, I think I know something. Yeah, I think I know something, man. You know, hold on, before I get started, my job is forcing me to get the vaccine. Oh my Lord. If I want my job is being implemented throughout our company, what should I do, P? I can't tell you what to do. My opinion ain't got no dominion on what another man, want to do. Me in that circumstance, if I was a square with a job and they made it a necessity, for me to pretty much get the vaccine, that would be the last time that they would see me. Yeah, that would be the last time that they would see me. Job, no job. One door closes, God will open another one up. I just believe that, he allows things to happen, to either prepare me, either to bless my income or to bless my outcome. Either one. I welcome the will of God into my life. Listen to what I'm saying to you. If I was working a job, and whether I was saved or not, but I'm just a complete square, and they made it a necessity to get the vaccine, I would even trust God to bless me with a career or possibly another job, whatever, but hoping that he blessed me with a career because he reigned on the just as well as the unjust. I'm not going to put this vaccine in my body. What are you trying to do? Well, I know what you're trying to do, but why are you so thirsty? Why are you so hungry to put that bullshit in my body? I'm cool on that, fam. I'm not no bitch. I'm not sitting up here taking instructions and putting things in my body to work no damn job. And then let's just keep it real. Some of y'all, and I'm not saying you, some of y'all ain't making no damn money anyway. So I'd be damned if I put something that could, I don't know, man, in the long run, destroy me. This might lead to my demise. And then I'm putting something in my body and it's not even promised that this is going to protect me from COVID. Then what the fuck am I taking it for? So even after, what am I taking that for? Seriously, what am I taking that for? That doesn't make any sense. Somebody help me. Because looking at it, from a common sense standpoint, no, I don't see the use. But maybe y'all do. So I can't tell you what to do, man. You might be presiding over a family or something like that. You know what I mean? But me, man, acknowledge God in all thy ways and he will direct thy path. Acknowledge him in all thy ways. Lean not to your own understanding. I wouldn't put no vaccine in my body, man, but to each his own. And I'm so appreciative to God that my steps are ordered simply because I came to Canada before the pandemic even started. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that was a coincidence. I came to Canada before it even started, man. And as of right now, I don't know if things might change in the future. I don't know. But as of right now, Canada is not making it, a necessity for you to get the vaccine in order to have a job or maintain a job or any of that at that time. But one thing Canada is doing, if you want to come here, you can come across this border now, but you do have to take the vaccine to come here. So that's why I haven't been, and we'll talk about that in another video, I haven't even been endeavoring to bring any old faces or new faces over here because that is one of the requirements for their feet to touch concrete out here. They got to be vaccinated. And I haven't been encouraging that. Let me see something, man. Miko, appreciate that 5, bro. Okay. Let me see. Make sure I didn't. Okay. Baby Elder up in here. Ken. Okay. I see you in here, little bro. Kisa. A-list Celeb. Punchy. Adam. Tanny. What's up in here? L. Steven. What's going on? I see some of the fam in here. I'm gonna get to the message, but I just want to acknowledge my people. You know what I mean? Hold on. I want to make sure I didn't miss any super chats. New Black Panther, I appreciate that 5, bro. Good looking. Love. Okay, bam. Why I get into all that? Everybody got their own little theories and things like that. And I ain't trying to, make y'all like, sin said. you know. Oh my God, saying that's what you think gonna happen? Yeah, that's why I only speak to people who are spiritual minded and they're strong enough to digest it, because if you knew or at least thought what I think is going to transpire in the future, especially in America, man, you will probably end up dying right now. You'll probably drop dead out of fear. You know? So, no, I ain't gonna do all of that, man. You know? But I appreciate everybody for being here. Before I start, can we get them likes over 200? Yeah, I wish everybody would hit the like button, but I understand that some people come here to listen to encouragement, to listen to enlightenment. And then some just come basically to see, hopefully he'll fall or maybe he might die, on a live or something. You know what I mean? You got people who think the game is necessary, and then you got the adversary, also watching. So if I say, I need everybody to hit the like button, you know what I'm saying? You got to understand that, like, damn, why? Some of y'all be like, damn, why? Certain people, because you have to understand, everybody not on one accord with the game. And just like everybody's not on one accord with the game in the comment section of viewing this particular video, everybody is not on one accord with the game that different individuals, different men in the game is presiding over. You got guys sending girls to the track, sending them to the casino, sending them to resorts, and constantly on the daily, each and every day, giving them instructions to do this, giving them instructions to do that, encouraging them to do this, lacing them how to do that. And she not on one accord with the game. And that is very dangerous to be presiding over somebody in the lifestyle and they're not on one accord with the game. And if you truly love this game, if you're a representation of this game, anybody that, is an enemy of the game should be an enemy of you. But we're going to get into all of that. You know what I mean? Let me just simply say that I think I told you guys in my last video that, matter of fact, Dynasty, he in the comment section, he knows the individual that I'm speaking of. And I hope the mercies of God, for him. But I just want to use him and somebody else also. And I'm going to end up using myself as always, I wish more preachers would preach like I preach. They always use different other people, but they never use themselves as an example within the message, But this particular P that I knew out of Milwaukee by the name of CC, he's currently incarcerated right now. Like I said, when I first came into the game, man, and I was out there in that New Orleans, Milwaukee was really having it their way. Milwaukee was having it their way in that New Orleans, man. Anybody that say anything different, man, they is lying to you. They really used to be a time, man, where, Milwaukee was really cutting up and acting a fool, out there in New Orleans, man. They was having a way. Them hoes was coming, in that 504, and they was bringing everything that wasn't tied down, back to the house. We just got to keep it all the way 100. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all might laugh when I say that, but that's true. A lot of bitches that's handsome, that look a damn fool in the face. These were some of the coldest thieves. And they came out of Milwaukee, man. So you might laugh and be like, damn, This nigga bitch look like Sam Cassell in his fourth year. You know what I mean? But what you're not understanding is, even though the bitch look like Sam Cassell in the face, you know what I mean? She's sitting over there bringing back everything moving, man. You know what I'm saying? And Tricks ain't getting away with murder with her. She's a golden glove. She's really seducing and reducing out here and bringing it back and producing for a pimp, you know? So, you know, when people, the old P say pretty is as pretty does, yeah, man, that female representation, man, in Milwaukee, man, you know what I mean, really speak. I'm not saying that ain't no attractive women out there, because it is. But, you know, when I think of a lot of the thieves that came out of Milwaukee, a lot of them did look like Buster Douglas in the face. A lot of them did, you know, look like Ken Norton, you know what I mean, in his fight, after his fight with George Foreman. You know, they look like they was, you know, it was fucked up. But they was cold with it, you know. But Cece was one of the ones, man, that had actually made a good impression, man. You know what I mean? Cece was one of the P's that I like, which is why I know that the things that I read are not accurate. And I hope that you squares are listening to this. You know, a lot of you, sometimes you'll read a man's charges, and after reading the allegations, you will basically give a man a conviction, you know, just off basically the allegations that you read. And you define that person's personality, you just define that person to be those charges. Seriously. So, you know, we're just in a day now, you don't need evidence to support any of these allegations at all. People are just going to believe, you know, whatever. And it don't have to be anything irrefutable to support it. People are just going to believe what the hell they want to believe, and that's just it. You know, allegations is convictions to black people. You know, this is just true. So, you know, I know that the things that I read, you know, because I just know how them people are. You know, they gonna magnify anything, not making him an angel, but I just knew that certain things wasn't true. But what I will say is, you know, I know for a fact if CC knew, you know, some of the females that he had came into contact with, you know, was going to do this or going to do that or capable of doing this or that, he would have had no association with them, you know. But he didn't. You know, one of my young P partners, you know what I mean, originally out of Kansas City, you know, he had basically, you know, fell on his luck in between hoes. And this is what happens in the game. A lot of times when a man goes holeless and doleless, you know, for a while, seeing what's holeless and doleless for you squares that's listening means that he currently, and if he's a real pimp, temporarily, he doesn't have a student. He doesn't have a hoe. All right. That means he's endeavoring to have one, but at the moment, he doesn't have one. So he's holeless. And if he doesn't have any money, he's doleless. And what happens in that circumstance, if a guy continues in that circumstance for a long period of time, the spirit of desperation will come. And a lot of you, when you become desperate, you start doing a lot of desperate ass shit that you wouldn't have did if you was having it your way. You know, let me just slide this message in here, even though I'm going somewhere else, but let me just slide this up in here. That's why we say, that's in the words of the great, incomparable Mel Taylor, you know, you have to be a man first. In other words, you have to be the truth. Because the truth does not change because the circumstance changed. All right? The truth don't do that. If my circumstances fucked up, guess what? I'm not changing. Why? Because I'm a man. What is a man? The truth. I can't change because my circumstance changed. I don't have no money nowhere. It is what it is. It's no disrespect to what nobody else is saying on YouTube. But yes, even without money, motherfucker, I'm still a high value man. I'm going to actually, exemplify more value and show you and manifest my value when I don't have no damn money. By not participating in certain activities now that I don't have no currency. When you have money, that's cool, but I don't really know your character because you have money right now. So by you having money and by you having it your way and by you having vehicles and hoes that's making miracles, every day, it's easier to profess this. Appreciate that 20, baby. Good looking. It's easier to profess this pimping when you having a run. Everybody want to profess pimping when they having a run. You know what I mean? You do, man, you can sit up there, you understand me, and really talk this shit when you having shit, but what happens when you stop? What happens when you get knocked? What happens when, you understand me, she blows up? What happens if that spirit called stupid ass bitch gets inside of her and she just stupid ass bitch just activates the bitch and she just start acting dumb? You know what I mean? What will you do then? Are you still the same man in tough, bad, sad, tragic circumstances? That's a high value man. That's one of the definitions of a high value man to me. It's not the stuff that you guys are talking about. He got to make 6 figures. He got to make I know some niggas that's busters, that fit this requirement. Can he maintain principle in fucked up circumstances? Do he still got his balls? Or does he compromise? You know what I mean? Does he sit up there and give up his balls to ball again? What type of guy is he? What type of man is he when he's under pressure? Is he gonna sit up there and snitch? You know what I mean? That he's in the interrogation room? That's why I say, there's a lot of motherfuckers we glorify and, have praise and worship service in the streets for the days that they was balling. But none of that shit mean nothing if they testify better than Sister Anderson at Wednesday night Bible study in the interrogation room. Him having 5 Rolls Royces and 10 mansions and 15 chains that was worth over 30 mil. None of that shit mean nothing. He can have jets. He can have all of that, helicopters. But if the nigga testified better than Sister Anderson at Wednesday night Bible study, you know what I mean, then none of that shit mean anything. What type of man was he under pressure? Don't tell me he's a high value man simply because he got a lot of green papers with dead hypocrites on it. He could be a bitch ass nigga under, it's a lot of bitch ass niggas. It's a lot of, niggas that ain't men, that make a lot of money. That don't mean anything. Let me just squeeze this in too. And if a motherfucker ain't doing nothing, for his people, he ain't doing nothing for his family, he ain't trying to be a blessing to his friends, he ain't doing nothing for the community, he not endeavoring to, be a blessing to the youth. I don't give a fuck what Forbes told you how much he was worth. From the looks of things, look like he ain't worth shit. So you can be a billionaire, but if you're not empowering the people that you profess to love, or, your family or your friends, your children, and, children within the community, or doing something for the people, like Forbes ain't telling me your worth. But that's another subject though. But, my young partner, man, began to, get desperate. How many been desperate before? You ain't got to be in the game. You could be outside of the game. You could be a square. I just want to see if you're speaking the vernacular of truth, with 517 people watching. How many have been desperate before? You did some desperate shit that you regret and you like, damn, I wouldn't have fucked with you. Damn, I wish I had my shit together. Damn, you caught me at a fucked up time. Damn, I wish I had enough money to just pay to get you off my list. I cursed the day that I even spoke to your motherfucking ass. What the fuck was I thinking? You shouldn't even be blessed enough to know me. That's your greatest accomplishment in your obituary is to know me. Damn, you caught me at a fucked up time. Wish I didn't even know your motherfucking ass. How many niggas, let me talk to my niggas right now. How many guys can sit up there and say, damn, you know what I mean? I love my child or I love my children, but damn why I had to have my baby with you. Or damn why I had to have my babies with you. You know? Appreciate that, bro. You know what I mean? Why I had to have my baby with you? Why I had to have children with me? Why did my dick get hard for you? Because not only are you my enemy, but damn, my dick was my enemy on that day. Man, I wish I would have had I don't even have participation in masturbation, but I wish I would have had a strong spirit of masturbation on that day. Because bitch, rather than stick my dick in you, bitch, I wish I would have went in that bathroom and sit up there and motherfucking squeeze that motherfucker up in that toilet, bitch, and flush that motherfucker and went on about my business. If I would have known that you was a punk ass bitch the way that you a punk ass bitch right now, the motherfucker that I'm seeing right now, bitch, I wouldn't even allowed you to hear me piss, let alone suck this dick or ride this dick. I didn't know that you was a punk like this. You know? And then I know some of the ladies up in here like, if I would have known that you was gonna be a deadbeat daddy, if I would have known that you was gonna be an ain't shit ass nigga, if I would have known that in 2021 you wouldn't have had your teeth in your mouth. When I met you, you had your teeth. Nigga ain't even got his teeth no more. If I would have known that in 2021 your titties was gonna be bigger than mine. If I would have known, you understand me, that you was gonna be making having more excuses for why you can't buy this or why you can't produce this for your children, I would have never gave you no pussy, nigga. Nigga, I wouldn't even sit on your face. I wouldn't even allowed you to taste this shit if I would have known how much of a buster you was. If I would have known how much of a buster you was, nigga, I would have walked up to your mama and smacked the shit on your mama just on GP. You know? But yeah, I'm just talking a little shit, but we all did something, you know, in times past. We look back and we say, damn, you know? So this ain't to go hard on my little bro, you know? But that desperation shit, how many know that for the P's in the game, how many know that's not pimpish? For the hoes that's listening, how many know that that's not hoish? For the squares that's listening, how many know that that's not, you know what I mean, that's not fly? You know, it's just not fly. That desperate shit. Desperate. You know, and because of my homie being desperate, he was in the inbox on Instagram. This is how he called his case. You know, this is how some of y'all be. You know, you just get so desperate where now you're just saying, you're popping at bitches on Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat, and, you know, Lord Jesus, you niggas is on TikTok. You're TikToking and all of this shit. You're on all of these little platforms, and you're talking to these broads or somebody that you think that's a broad, you know, behind this account, and you just saying anything and everything that just comes to mind. You just saying anything and everything that just comes to mind. And you saying a whole bunch of shit that's incriminating. You know what I mean? So how long you been a pimp? Oh man, you know what I mean? I was born like this, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was born like this, you dig? Oh, okay. So after I do this date, you know what I mean, I could just cash app you and send you your choosing fee. Yeah. What's your choosing fee? Oh man, high in the sky, high power underscore, you know, hyphen, you know, power pimping. Yeah, just send all the dough to me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't playing about this shit, you dig? Okay. I'm taking it down right now. You know what I mean? So after I do these last little dates, I'm gonna send you the money from these dates. You know what I mean? And so you want me to be your hoe? Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. You just like I like them. Yeah. You look like a nice little thoroughbred. Yeah, I wanna fuck with you. Yeah. I can see you getting my money, and just talking crazy. And just saying a whole bunch of incriminating shit, just freestyling with the incriminating shit, all in the inbox, and don't even know that you talking to some old motherfucker. Excuse me, rest in peace. You sitting over there talking to some dude that look like Chris Farley, or you talking to a police officer that look like Chris Farley. You sitting over there thinking that you talking to a fine ass bitch, and you sitting over there talking to some dude that look like John Candy. What's wrong with you? You think that you talking to some fine, marketable, beautiful, profitable ass bitch, and the bitch on the other side looking like Vader. Come on, man. You know, you're not being smart. You desperate. And when you moving in the spirit of desperate, you'll just be you're not basically using your intelligence to the highest degree. You accepting bitches that you know that's punks. Let me just talk to the ism for a minute. You know what I mean? A bitch that you know that ain't shit. You know, some of you are so desperate, you might not tell the pimping, but some of you, I ain't never done this before, but some of you niggas is so desperate in the game that you knew that this bitch had put a pimp in jail, but you were so desperate that you accepted this bitch knowing that she snitched on the pimping. Some of you niggas knew that the bitch was the enemy. Some niggas be deceived, but everybody not deceived. You knew that this bitch was the enemy, and you still took the bitch. You still took her. You knew she was the Judas Iscariot. You knew this bitch betrayed the pimping, and you still took her. And you know what's so cold? Niggas that make justifiable excuses for the abominable things that these bitches have done. Oh man, you know what I mean? I had an interview with the bitch, you know what I'm talking about, and yeah, man, come to find out, you know, P really wasn't doing what I thought he was doing, man. I thought he was really pimping, you know, in the situation, but yeah, man, he was doing a whole bunch of, you know, green beans type of shit, man. He was doing a bunch of green shit. So, you know what I mean, I just got a better plan. Yeah, she ain't gonna do me like she did him. You got a lot of niggas that's dumb that think, oh yeah, she ain't gonna do me like, you know, she did him. P, she told on your mama. Yeah, but see, what my mama had did was, P, she told on your brother. Yeah, but see, what my bro had did was, P, she told on your P partner that you came in the game with. Yeah, but what P had did was, these niggas will find every excuse to have the bitch. And what I'm noticing, I'm not going to, you know, I'll get on that later, but I'm really seeing a spirit in this game right now that I don't like from the youth and the so-called veterans. You niggas have a hard time of holding the bitch accountable, man. Yeah, you niggas got a hard time, man. You don't hold that bitch accountable, man. I'm not taking the accountability from a man. You know, we leaders. You know, when shit go wrong, when it's not our fault, it's our fault because we leaders. But that don't mean that behind closed doors and privacy, when you talking to the broad or talking to these broads, that you ain't holding this bitch accountable, man. You know, I don't know why you got a hard time of doing something that God do. I even slide that in 2 seconds. You got a lot of people that's angry and mad at Kevin Samuels, and them motherfuckers be coming on his shit, asking him questions. Why? And I'm seeing a bunch of dudes acting like bitches. And I don't know, hey, listen, I don't know no way else to call it. Acting like bitches. A straight bitch. I just got to keep that thing all the way 100. It's a lot of shit that I'm seeing, hearing. I don't like it. It's just not 100. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I say it's not 100 because that's just like if a man minding his business, a bitch come initiate a conversation with him and he gave his opinion. How you gonna try to crucify that man and basically sit up there and call this man everything but a man simply because a bitch came to him and asked him for his motherfucking opinion? I don't get that shit. God be holding these bitches accountable. You think that when these bitches get to judgment, you think that God gonna say, you know what? You're a woman, so I'm not gonna send you to hell. You was fornicating, yes. You committed adultery, yes. You didn't take care of your children. You lived your whole life pretty much like an infidel. But because you're a woman, I'm not gonna hold you accountable to your sins. I'm gonna let you in the kingdom. It don't work like that. And if God gonna hold that bitch accountable, guess what? I'm gonna hold that bitch accountable too with this game. I don't like a lot of that soft ass shoe shit that I'm seeing. Real shit. Even Creflo Dollar. I don't like what Creflo said, but I'll get on all that later. You know, but you have to hold these bitches accountable. Hold the men accountable. Hold yourself accountable. But don't take accountability from the bitch. God damn. And you bitches are so slow, you can't tell when a nigga pandering to you. You can't see when a motherfucker trying to charm and disarm you with a lot of this simp ass shit. He trying to take the accountability from you so he can get pussy from you. He trying to take the accountability from you so he can get currency from you. That's why a lot of them Baptist and Christian preachers and things like that, you know what I mean, sitting over there telling them women what they want to hear up in church and things like that. He only thinking about M&Ms, money and members. That's it. Come on, man, wake up and smell this game. If you take this game with you, you'll know, you will be able to smell the perfume and cologne of manipulation. Now, you know, when you moving in the spirit of desperation, of course, you know what I mean, you're going to be compelling people that you normally probably wouldn't be compelling, campaigning at bitches that, you know, you wouldn't even be campaigning if you had your shit together, if you had your tools together, you know what I mean? But currently that you're holeless and doleless, you know what I mean? You know, it's hard times right about now. You know what I mean? You pretty much, you know, just accepting anything and everything. And I've seen it. You know, and then some of you ain't even in a fucked up circumstance. That's just your character. You got that I put a wig on a pig mentality. You know what I mean? I'm just going to send whatever's sendable. Appreciate the 10, man. Good looking. You know, I'm just going to send whatever come through the door. And I'm here to tell you that that's not pimpish. Yeah, that's not pimpish. We don't just send anything to come through the door. Yeah, I don't like everybody that like me. You know, it's an old saying in the game. Them niggas be saying, you know, I like who like me. I don't like everybody that like me. Because there's some snitches that like me. It's some punks that like me. It's some broke ass bitches that like me. It's some bitches that don't want to do nothing with their life. You know what I mean? They call themselves liking me. I don't like motherfucker everybody that like me. You know, and that ain't even being arrogant. That's just the truth. I don't like everybody that like me. You know, bitch might like me, but I don't like her. You know, I got some squares that be asking me, saying, when you gonna leave the lifestyle alone and, you know, settle down and, you know what I mean, get married and, you know, be in love and all of, you know what I mean, you know. And because I got game and wisdom and things like that, I know how to maintain a peaceful conversation and, you know what I mean, also maintain, you know, my membership, you know what I mean, things like that. But anybody that really know me, you know what I mean, sin ain't gonna leave this pimping for no bitch. I just gotta keep that thing all the way 100. The only way that you gonna see me convert, you know what I mean, to go to the other side is because of God. But all of this R&B movie shit, you know what I mean? She was just so fine. I just had to have her. She was just, oh my God, it was love at first sight and shit like that. Bitch, not with me. No. See, when you possessed by the spirit of pimping, you don't just get up and walk away from this shit. You know, no, it's not like that. Anybody that ever told you it was like that, 9 out of 10, they was never heavy in the game. They was never possessed by the spirit of the game. You know what I mean? Or maybe you know what I mean. It was like some niggas that I knew that maybe they was in their late 30s and early 40s and started looking like they was in their 70s and shit, and they couldn't catch no more. So it wasn't because they didn't want to do this shit no more. You know what I mean? They wanted to do it, but you know, got discouraged. You know, got married and things like that, like some niggas I know. You know what I mean? But no, bitch, I'm not thinking about no goddamn marriage and shit like that. No. Seeing you ever fail in love? No, bitch, I'm not thinking about falling. I'm on top. I was listening to Master P, you know what I mean, earlier, a song I ain't heard in years called, you know what I mean, I'm going big time. Yeah, bitch, I'm sitting over there on the 37th floor in the Square One area of Mississauga, bitch, you know what I'm saying? I'm enjoying myself. I'm making some good legal money as well. No, bitch, I ain't thinking about no motherfucking marriage. Ain't thinking about no kids either. None of that shit. You know? Oh my God, son, I was thinking about fucking with you until you said that. Well, bitch, you ain't got to think anymore. Next. Hey, it's nothing wrong. Let me just slide this in before I go where I'm about to go. It's nothing wrong with being cutthroat with the truth. The truth will protect you from broke bitches. The truth will protect you from bitches that ain't about shit. Standards will protect you from motherfuckers that ain't know nothing. Droney, man, appreciate that 50, man. I ain't seen you since Jesus was crucified. Droney, what's happening? Shout out to Droney, man. You know, ain't nothing wrong with being cutthroat with the truth. Get my likes up, man. You know, I appreciate all of the, you know, but one of the coldest donations that you could give, you know, man, is hitting that like button. You know, and clicking on that link and making sure y'all come to my Patreon. Because this YouTube shit is cool, but yeah, this YouTube, all my Patreon members will tell you that seeing Patreon is on point. We do more than talk about pimping and horn over there. We view more than just pimping and horn over there. The content that's over there is about health, credit, the law. Man, we got everything over there. But anyway, be cutthroat with the truth. Don't lie about nothing. Yeah. Don't sugarcoat nothing. Appreciate that dollar, man. Good looking, fam. You know, don't lie about nothing. Be straight, cutthroat, and dry. Seeing if I fuck with you, do I have to go outside? Do I have to go to the track? Well, baby, I'm pretty sure you've heard me say this a million times. Allow me to say it 1,000,001. You know, when you build a house, you build it from what? The ground up. Right. That's exactly how I build hoes, bitch. You know what I mean? From the ground up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, bitch, we starting from the ground up. You know what I mean? Yeah, you definitely going to be outside. You're going to have feet on concrete. For sure. You know? That's how you protect yourself. You know what I mean? Let me just slide this in. Damn, I wasn't even going. It ain't nothing but the game. That's how a lot of you niggas be ending up with cases with bitches that you should have never even had a case with. Because you lying. All that deception shit, manipulation, all that shit get you as a new case. You sitting up here lying to these little white girls that come from a different culture than you. And then especially if she's the pure snow, you know what I mean? She just pure snow, not the tainted snow, but pure snow. And you didn't lace her, 9 out of 10, as soon as she get into a circumstance, you know what I mean, where the police is asking her questions, man, she about to sit up there, man, and talk faster than Twister on Adrenaline Rush. She about to tell every goddamn thing. And then some. Because you never laced her on how to deal with the situation like that. And then it's fucked up when people got to call, oh, she a snitch, or, you know what I mean, she snitched. I mean, I ain't taking nothing, you know, I'm going to hold that accountability to her. But it's more with you simply because you didn't tell the bitch the truth. Will I ever get arrested? Nah, baby, you know what I'm saying? That's why you got me in your life. You know, I'm going to give you enough game where you're going to avoid all that shit. You know, my hoes, they don't get arrested. You got stupid niggas actually telling bitches this. And if any nigga keep it real, that ever heard me speak to a bitch, they will tell you that Sinful to P is one of the most driest, just uncut, straight to the point. Am I gonna go to jail? Hell yeah. Now, of course, now my circumstance is different because of the country that I'm in. But when I was in the States, yes, you're going to jail. We're going to be traveling cross country. You're going to go to different states. It's inevitable. I can't say when, but bitch, if you keep hoeing, eventually, yes, bitch, you're going to get arrested. And sometimes it ain't even because you did anything wrong. The police just might want to fuck with you on this particular night. It's going to happen. So if you can't handle being in jail, then you don't need to fuck with me. Cause bitch, you're going to go to jail fucking with me. You might get raped fucking with me. You might get killed fucking with me. Fucking with me, you know what I mean? You might be on a date and a trick might sit up there and slide off his condom, bitch, and try to go in you raw dilla. And I can't tell you that when he tried this little move, you know what I mean, that he don't have a sexual transmitted disease. I can't say that he don't. Now, I don't think that's going to happen, but it's a possibility it might. You might get your throat slashed. Somebody might take that pretty ass face and just want to beat the fuck out you. It's all type of shit that happen in these streets. So you sure you want to fuck with me? You have to explain all the consequences. Some of you create enemies. Damn, man, I wasn't even going there. This ain't nothing but the game. Some of y'all have created enemies in the game. Saying, what are you talking about? With the deceit, with the lies. Some of the real pimps have to basically come across enemies of the game that you motherfucking lying ass niggas created. Your non-pimping ass created. The authentic got to deal with the enemies of the game simply because of the fraudulent created their ass. Pete, what you mean by that? Allow me to explain. No pimping, especially when a nigga promised pimping but didn't produce no pimping, and especially if a bitch keep going from that one situation to another situation to another situation that had that one thing in common, no pimping. So if she keep going to situation to situation to situation, you know what I mean, and it was just no pimping, yes, by her being governed by her feelings, she's going to be upset. She's going to be mad. She's going to become bitter. She's not going to be better. She's going to she's going to have an attitude with the game. She's going to put all pimps in that same category. She's going to categorize all of us. She's going to define all of us to pretty much be a con artist. That's how she going to see the pimping. She going to see the pimping as a motherfucker that's just saying anything and everything to get everything out of her. All because of your lies, your deception. You said that you was going to do this. You said you was going to do that. You said that you was going to do that. This bitch done hit lick after lick. I ain't talking about them broke bitches. I ain't talking about bitches that's making $250 and $300 by the grace of God. I'm talking about them bitches that really use their ability to the best of their ability, to motherfucking get your currency as their responsibility every fucking night and was hitting licks, watch after watch. And, because she believed in the lies that dude told, man, after the situation was over, all she had was war stories. She had a few purses, a few outfits, but none of the shit that he promised. So eventually, yes, she becomes frustrated. She becomes mad. And so by the time she make it to a real pimp, he got to deal with so much bullshit that was created, that comes from a situation from a fraudulent ass nigga, from a clown, from a male actress. So, I got to tell both sides of the coin. You do have individuals in the game, who had to basically, deal with some shit, not because of so much that they created it, but they was dealing with another man's bullshit. Let me tell you another way that you can create an enemy in the game. You have individuals that actually have instructed their bitches to call the police on the pimping. P, what you talking about? Man, it's been pimps that have sweated hoes on the blade, in the casino. And I ain't gonna lie, a lot of that shit that, you got individuals that overtly do things, but when there's game, there's a way. And I would never give a bitch some destructions that's supposed to be instructions to tell a bitch to call the police or go in front of the police. And you have niggas in the game that have done this. Oh, he's still sweating you. He's still sweating you. The police right there. Okay, go to them. And because the bitch come from a call the police ass nigga, you know what I'm saying? Them bitches come with that type of mentality. You got some bitches that was actually instructed to call the police. I don't want to get too into that, but I remember even in the interview, matter of fact, you know what? I ain't even gonna bring that up. I'll save that. That's another subject. But what I will say is this. You even have so-called legendary pimps that have instructed a bitch to call the police on the pimping. I can't make this shit up. So you have to understand that, a lot of the enemies in the game was created by the fraudulent, and some of these enemies in the game was created by the so-called authentic, in the game. We have enemies in the game, man. Hold on. No, it don't make sense, but it happens. No, it don't make sense, but it happens. I could call a pimpin' right now. See, William G, you already knew where I was going. You know what I mean? Keep that to yourself. We'll talk about that another subject. A lot of people might be thinking I'm just talking out my head right now. You know what I mean? But those that's in the game, they know that Sin is actually talking some real shit. You got some niggas basically that will actually, it's just like in the drug game, to eliminate the competition. Some people basically give the police ammunition to get rid of you. And I don't want you to think that the pimp game is any different. I even remember Snooki saying that, in the art of war, basically, that's like killing two birds with one stone. That's, getting rid of an enemy. And see, with that type of mentality, you have, if a motherfucker got I'm getting rid of an enemy, I don't really consider this snitching. I'm just using the pigs to get rid of somebody that I consider to be an enemy. You never know who he considers to be an enemy. He might verbally say one thing, but mentally he's thinking another. It could be a pimp that actually got action at one of them bitches in his house that he's in love with. And to maintain the bitch and to maintain his money, he sat up there and put the people, in the business. And now P don't like, damn, how did I catch this case? He don't even know. Whenever you dealing with niggas and bitches, it's going to be some grimy shit going on. Don't think this pimp game is anything different, son. Some of you niggas is trying to play an unfair game fair. And I know what I just said don't make sense to you, but it will one day if you stay pimping. If you stay in this game, one day that'll make sense to you. Some of you niggas is trying to play an unfair game fair, man. And that's why you're not really excelling. You're trying to play an unfair game fair. You got niggas, that's professing to be real and all this character and all of this shit. I'll save that. Yeah. I'll say that. The real know what I'm saying without me even saying it. But you're trying to play an unfair game fair. And whenever you try to do that, the end result is either going to be you fucked up, no money, a bunch of stories, bragging about characteristics, but don't got no materialistics or nothing to show for your so-called pimping. Or maybe you met your demise, physically and you died or something, But you just got to keep that shit real, man. Remember what I told you, I told you without telling you. I'll tell you at another time. But, enemies in the game. It used to be a movie, and I know some of y'all, I'm showing my age now. Some of y'all don't even know nothing about this movie. But back in the day, it used to be a movie called Sleeping with the Enemy. All right? And this woman, she was married to her husband and everything like that. And they was married on a piece of paper, but spiritually, emotionally, mentally, they wasn't together. They was just physically around each other, And even though that was in a marriage and that was a movie, you know what I mean? That's how some of y'all is with that broad that you got right now. We just gonna tell the truth. You're physically around her, but y'all not mentally, you're not spiritually, you're not, you understand me, emotionally on point. You're not on one accord with this broad. She ain't on one accord with you. And that is very dangerous to have a bride giving you money. You sending her to work every night. You know what I mean? But she's not on one accord with this game. She's not on one accord with you. When that Euroclidon come, when that motherfucking circumstance come, that bad situation, man, don't be surprised, you know what I mean, if during decades, as I like to say, in a correctional facility for an eternity. That's very dangerous. Pimping on the enemy. She looked like a hoe, talk like a hoe, but when certain situations, especially when she's angry, her true character is revealed. Because the true character of a person is revealed in a bad circumstance. So, say for example, right now, how many know that if you was to sit up there and tell that little bride that you got, or them brides, that you got right now, for the whole month of September, there's gonna be no Instagram. No Instagram, no Facebook, no Snapchat, no none of that. We ain't doing nothing but working out, reading, and getting to this money. We ain't doing nothing but strategizing, rationalizing, and organizing our thoughts to get the best results in this game. We not doing no Instagram, no Facebook, none of that. No distractions. Totally focused on being focused on this game. And when I tell you the true character of them broads will show up, you know what I mean? I know somebody like, damn, he trying to make me, he trying to blow the bitch up. Hold on. He trying to get me to blow the bitch, And that's another thing I just wanted to speak on. A lot of you invite, a lot of shit in your home. P, what you talking about? You have to understand, and I know some of the women about to be offended with what I'm getting ready to say, but in this regard, I see the women the same as a pastor see the people in his congregation, or a father see his children. You don't allow everybody, you don't allow the people, pastor, he don't allow, well, he can't physically be there in the homes, but those basically that's following his doctrines, that's indoctrinated with what he's teaching and preaching, he not going to sit up there and allow his people to just watch anything and everything on TV or on the internet. He going to teach and preach against that because he know how that affects the mind. And as a woman thinking, so is she. So you allow your women to watch Jocelyn, Cabaret, whatever her show called. You allow your women to watch Love and Hip Hop. Allow them to watch a whole bunch of faggot ass shit that's going on Instagram and, all of these shows and shit. And so much where these bitches watch that shit every day, and now she trying to try that shit with you. Hold on. You creating by you not having those standards in your home, you creating enemies. I know that, some of that is gonna go over a lot of y'all head, but by you not pimping, By you not having standards in your home, by you having the temperature on comfortability, you are inviting adversaries in your home. By not having standards, you got the temperature on comfortability. You know, they can do anything that they want. Don't you understand that being a hoe and hoeing consists of more than just doing dates and making some money? Majority of these brides don't even know what a hoe is. If you ask them, well, you know, I sell pussy, I get money, and it's some ABC 1, 2, 3 ass shit. She not gonna say nothing about being a woman. She not gonna sit up there and say anything outside of pretty much selling pussy, because that is her definition, you know, of what hoeing is. You know, of being a hoe. It's just basically just going to work, getting some money, and paying a pimp. And I'm here to tell you that your hoeing will only be as big as your definition and vision of hoeing. And if she could only see herself getting inside of a car, doing a date, or going inside of a hotel room, doing a date, if that is her little rinky-dink, you know, definition of what a hoe is, I completely understand why you got all them problems in your home. Hold on. You know, I completely understand, because you inviting these enemies and things in your home. Man, as much as game is like this coming out my mouth and the way that I'm teaching, man, we should have been had more likes than that. You know, and if you're not subscribed to this channel, maybe you new or something. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, hit that subscribe button. Yeah, click on that bell. You know, stop being a stranger. Speak to everybody. When you come up in here, greet one another. My people ain't gonna bite you. Everybody not a pimp and a hoe either. You got a lot of squares. So, you know, they're not going to bite you. Say hello. Speak. You know? But, you know, you allow them to watch, you know, women talking to men in any kind of way. You know, they like that rebelliousness. They like rebellion. They like disobedience. They like seeing a woman talking crazy, you know, to a man. You know, and then she tried to conform to it. I had a partner tell me, he's like, man, I don't know what got into the bitch. He's like, man, the bitch basically just started talking crazy to me. You know what I mean, over the phone. But as I kept listening, you know what I mean, he didn't check something in the beginning. And see, when you don't check nothing in Genesis, they definitely gonna try to sit up there and try you in Revelations. You gotta stop that. You gotta stop that shit in the beginning. You know, next thing you know, the bitch will be trying to put you in a pair of panties. You gotta run your household. Pimping consists of more than just checking traps and sending hoes to work. You got to run your household. I ain't even just talking to the pimping right now. I'm talking to men. And it's niggas that done lived with me, that done stayed with me, and they know Sinful runs his household. When a man stays with me, especially the pimping, you don't see the pimping washing no dishes. You don't see the pimping cooking. You don't see the pimping taking out garbage. The pimping ain't paying no bills. Nobody that stayed with me, anybody, I don't even got to go through names, but everybody that stayed with me, they seen what? Women mopping the floor, women taking out garbage, women washing dishes, women asking, was there anything else, you know what I mean, that you need? Why? Not because I'm a pimp, but because when I was coming up, the men that I seen, that's how they ran their home. That's how they ran their home. Even the ministers, when I would come in certain elders' house, the moment that you come in, you have to take off your shoes. And his wife, the woman of God, she gonna come get your coat. You know what I'm saying? You said taking out garbage. Yeah, maybe the pimping wasn't at the house. Let me even talk to you squares for a minute before you try to run off. Don't you know that sometimes the pimping be outside taking care of business? He might not be at the house. He might be in the street still campaigning. He might be presiding over business. So when the pimping is not in the house, so we got to smell an odor or smell something in the house, all because the pimping not there. If them hoes is at the house and they see that motherfucking garbage is filled, what's wrong with that hoe taking that garbage to that garbage can, man? Yeah, you boys was raised different, man. You know what I mean? Man, I'm so glad I come up the way I come up. I didn't have, my father wasn't in my life, but I appreciate, you know what I mean, the different men that I had to see as a reference on what a man is, saved and unsaved. You know, you got to run your house. Because if you don't run your house, you're creating enemies. It's in her nature to sit up there and disrespect what she don't respect. Oh my God, that was so simple. But please understand what I'm saying. It's in her nature. She gonna disrespect what she don't respect. If you don't got some pimping going on in the house, if you ain't got standards in that motherfucker, and if it's too comfortable in that motherfucker, she's going to neglect you. She's going to disrespect you. You too busy trying to be her girlfriend. You trying to be her wifey and shit. You not being a man. You not being this pimping. Those that ain't the pimp, you just not being a man. She gonna disrespect what she don't respect. Yeah. I'm even take it a little step further. Let me take my belt off right quick. Why you think you see so many women on YouTube talking against black men and comfortable doing it? Why do you think, I don't even have to call certain content creators' name, why you think that black women have become the female version of Tommy Sotomayor and basically constantly speaking on black men all the time, criticizing and minimizing, verbally crucifying the black man? Why you think they content be just so fire? They've been with a whole bunch of guys that they don't respect. When these bitches sit up there, you understand me, and get on YouTube and go on live, you would think that you listening to Malcolm X in his prime with the fire that's in them concerning certain topics. Why? Because they mess with some ain't shit ass niggas. And some of them in relationships with ain't shit ass niggas now. So they gonna have a lot of content. You know? She gonna disrespect what she don't respect. It's simple. It ain't no high in the sky shit. That's simplicity. Like a motherfucker. Anytime you got a black woman that's in a relationship, oh my God, don't let it be a marriage. She in a relationship with a black man, and her content, she's known on YouTube for always speaking bad on black men. What that say about the nigga that she with? What that say about her husband? What that say about her baby daddy or baby daddies? What that say? What that say about what that say about her current relationship? Like, goddamn, you mad all the time? You upset all the time? There's no balance with your shit? Notice that when I'm speaking, sometime when you hear me speaking to the ladies, especially our ladies, when we're speaking to black women, notice that at times seeing to bring encouragement, inspiration, revelations to them, you know. And then on the other hand, sometimes sin got to come like Samuel with the sword and cut their ass up. Only difference between me and y'all is I give them a band-aid. I ain't gonna just leave the bitch out there bleeding. Y'all will cut a bitch so much and just leave her out there to bleed and die. You got to put a band-aid on her. Come on, man, this is a bitch. Goddamn. You know, that's it. But yeah, man. Even when you see different brides talk about, you know what I mean, the pimping, notice how angry they be looking and upset. You know, these are enemies of the game. They become enemies. They're hurt and upset. But they was created by non-pimping ass niggas. Hold on, let me check this right quick. There we go. You know, They was created by non-pimping ass niggas. But I want to ask you a question because, you know what I mean, I done went so many places, man, that I didn't even mean to go. You know what I mean? But let me sit up there, man, and bring it back to this game that I never left. You know, do you know who she is? Do you know her? Yeah, P. I done had the bitch for a year now. Or I didn't. Man, do you really know her though? Do you really know that hoe that you sending out the door every day? Do you really know her? Know her? Or do you just know her money? Do you just know her pussy? But do you know the bitch? I'm asking a question to the pimpin'. Matter of fact, I even ask a question to those that's not the pimpin'. Do you know her? A lot of you niggas, you know what I mean, are in a different lifestyle. You might be a gangster, or you calling yourself being a D-boy. A lot of y'all be pillow talking. You know, you be putting a bitch in your business. I used to have a message, man, that YouTube had took down. I need to sit up there and teach it again. Don't ever think that she won't snitch on you. Yeah, don't ever think that she won't snitch on you. You got some niggas that'll kill a nigga in front of a bitch, or do all type of incriminating things, you know what I mean, in front of a bitch. You stupid in a motherfucker. I can't even feel sorry for you. You stupid. You know what I mean? You're dumb. That's dumb as hell. These bitches will sit up there, you understand me, and tell on you, man. Don't ever think a bitch won't tell on you. Oh, man, you know what I mean? You know, she's a Crip. She, her family full of Crips, man. You know what I mean? She originally from 60s, man. She'll tell on you. Oh, man, she a Chicago bitch, man. You know, she from O Block. She'll tell on you. You niggas are silly. A bitch is a bitch. I'm not moved with all that tough talk. I'm not moved with a bitch looking like a dyke or talking like one. I'm not moved with a bitch being more handsome than me. That don't mean nothing. A bitch is a bitch. And if you put her too much pressure on that board, it'll break. Because it's governed by feelings. I don't expect it to stand under a certain amount of pressure. You know? So I'm not even looking at the bitch. I'm looking at your dumb ass. But I want to ask you that question. Do you really know her? Let's take it back. You know what I mean? Let's take it back to 2008. I lost 3 years of my life over somebody that I didn't even know. Whose fault is that? Me? What was it? Negligence on my part? But P, she lied about her. It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter if a minor lied to you about her age, false identification. You know what I mean? You the sharpest of the sharp. But P, I understand all that. But even when it's not your fault, it's your fault. And that was my fault. Accountability. I did not know, you know what I mean, that she was a minor. But it cost me major time in my life. And still to this day, in 2021, I have individuals that don't know me. Then I got individuals that know of me and know me. And this got the spirit of jealousy, you know, for some shit that happened in 2008. We in 2021. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, not too long ago, less than a month ago, she turned 28 and still call herself being in love with me. That's another, you know, but that was my fault. You know what I mean? That was my fault. So I'm here to tell you, you know what I mean? Just like, I ain't even got to bring him up, you know what I mean? Because like I told y'all, man, I got so much to bring when it comes to Mac Man. So I'm going to save a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? If y'all think that a lot of y'all like the rise and fall of King Nice, man, I got so much to give y'all. Some of y'all was like seeing the rise and fall of King Nice was like a movie. And it really, I understand why y'all feel like that, because it was just vivid to you. I know. You know? But I will say that Mac Man was one of the sharpest of the sharpest. It was in his 50s when he fell victim. He didn't know. He didn't know. You think a 50-something-year-old man gonna be allowing a 15-year-old to be driving his Escalade all around? You just got to be smarter than that. I know everybody want to make, in amongst the black community, everybody use the word pedophile. We just use that so frequently now. You don't even know what a pedophile is, because if you did, you wouldn't even be putting it in that category. But, you really think a 50-something-year-old man will be allowing a 15-year-old girl to be driving up and down Las Vegas Boulevard in an Escalade? He did not know that she was a minor. And anybody that know Mac, man, just keeping it real, he done a lot of stupid shit, but mentally, one of the coldest that ever tried to do this shit. Mentally, he's in another world. I can't never take that from him. Anybody that just know Mac, man, they would tell you, man, the dude is sharp. So, but he didn't know her. He lost time out of his life because he didn't know her. He didn't know her. And some of you right now, you know what I mean? You presiding over a situation right now with bras that you don't know. And if you don't hurry up, you know what I mean, and do some examination, do some inventory on the current situation that you presiding over, you're gonna be in somebody's jail cell real soon. Or you might get robbed real soon. You might get killed real soon. You might get a sexual transmitted disease real soon. You need to know who you pimping on. You need to know who you calling your woman, your bitch, your hoe, your wife, whatever the title may be. Do you know her? Do you actually know her? And it's sad, we got a lot of guys on the prison yard right now doing 15 and 20 years and life sentences for bitches they didn't even know. Lord, didn't even know them. Don't even know them. Y'all knew my situation. People be saying 3 days. It wasn't even an actual 72 hours. But my young dumb ass, you already know it. That day, sin was chipping and, during that time, you know what I mean, doing a lot of shit that was, contrary. I told you when I came in the game, I came in retarded. But I didn't know her. And I know some P's right now that's doing time. In all actuality, just putting things together, they didn't know him. One veteran P out of Portland just got out. He did a good 4 or 5 years over a broad that he barely even knew. He didn't know her. And that's sad that niggas are sitting over there doing hella, especially when you're a veteran, when you're in your 40s, your 50s, and you're making novice mistakes. Hold on for a minute. Let me click this right here. Because y'all comments, I want to see your comments. A lot of shit just be, disappearing. But he didn't know her. And that is my question. I want you to really think about that. Let this game, minister to you. Let this game minister to your mind. Do you know that hoe that you sending out the door like that? You done said this, you done said that, you done revealed this, you done revealed that. And then let me also say this. I wasn't even thinking about that, but that ain't nothing but this game. You know what I mean? You got some bitches that want to be Instagram famous so bad. She want to be clouded up so bad. You got some bitches that will basically come into your life and leave or blow up, or you might have fired them or whatever, especially if you fired them. They running straight to Instagram. They running straight to Facebook to tell half truths or tell lies or whatever they can sit up there, and tell on you you know what I mean, to pretty much, you know what I mean, put you out there. The bitch running straight to social media. You know, and the lie that a bitch might sit up there and put out about you, especially if you do the young Pharaoh. P, what you mean, the young Pharaoh? You know, if you emotionally react like a bitch to a bitch, then pretty much you gonna confirm her lie. A lie can be made to look like the truth when you don't conduct yourself as the truth, nigga. Oh my God, that's gonna go over their head. A lie can appear to be the truth, especially when you don't conduct yourself to be the truth. P, what you mean by that? By you not conducting yourself as a man. If that bitch tell a lie on you and you emotionally react to that lie like a bitch, people on the outside looking in, they be like, yeah, she telling the truth. Look at the way he acting. Look at the way he acting. Look at the way he acting. See, this is what I say, man. This game is so needed. People can talk about the stars and the quasars and the origin of this, the origin of that. And after all of that studying, after all of that regurgitating, you know what I mean, what this philosopher said and what this person said as if it was, you know, divine revelations and putting it out there like it was your own, after saying so much of Dr. B and shit like it was your own, after saying so much of General SETI shit like it was your own, you know what I mean? Now when you faced with a real life situation, we see that shit ain't gonna stand. That's why I keep telling y'all we need this game. I'm not putting that shit down, but this shit right here, yeah, this stronger than all that shit. That shit gonna make you, you know, knowledgeable. But when it all come down to it, how is that applied in a circumstance, you know what I mean, with your, oh my God, your baby mama? People can tell you that they seen UFOs, but they can't tell you that, you know what I mean, how to conduct themselves as a man when a bitch acting stupid. But hey, it is what it is. We need this game, man. Tell somebody and say, we need this game. We need this game. After all of the quasars and the stars and talking in another galaxy and the black woman is God and all of that bullshit, after it's all said and done, nigga, you need this game. After all of that shit, after all the bullshit, after reading about Cushites and Hamites and Edomites and Hitchhikes and all of that, nigga, you better make sure your game is tight. You better make sure your game is right. You better be a pimpite. You know, you need this game, man. Care what lifestyle you live. P, I'm a Christian. You need this game. I'm a Baptist. You need this game. I'm a Presbyterian. You need this game. I'm a Muslim. You need this game. I'm an atheist. You definitely need this game. You know what I mean? You need this game. There's no escaping this. We are in need of this game. Oh my God. Ooh, I'm teaching tonight. Get them likes up, man. I didn't even mean to go all them places, but you know, I done seen so-called even pimps going back and forth. So-called. And some of you know I can talk this shit the way I'm talking this shit because through the good and the bad, I remain the same. You remember, Tony, he said the other day, you know, when one of my ex-broads had did an interview with a known enemy of the game. One of my ex-hoes, appreciate that 5, bro. You know, one of my ex-hoes had did an interview with a known enemy of me, a known enemy of the game. And she sat up there and was just telling lie after lie. The bitch was the jizzle with the lies. She was the cannabis with the lies. She was the KRS-One with the lies. Big Daddy Kane, Rakim with the lies. Like, her lyrical flow with the lies was just on point. She was just freestyling as she went. You know what I mean? But as much as I wanted to abolish her, as much as I wanted to eradicate her ass, as much as I wanted to just verbally crucify her motherfucking ass and bring the spirit of suicide to minister, I had to speak in the vernacular of silence, nigga. I had to be the fuck quiet. Because I remember Job saying, if I justify myself, my own tongue will condemn me. So at that time, I had to be swift to hear and slow to speak. I had to let the game fight for me. And of course, she came back and apologized, and I'm sorry, like they do. But she was an enemy of the game. See, at that time when she was with me, smiling and laughing, oh, I'm never gonna leave you. Oh, I love you so much, Sin. Oh my God, you know how they be. I'ma even get personal. You know how they be. When she be licking your balls, when she be sucking your dick, when she be sucking so much sperm out your dick that you gotta file for sperm bankruptcy. You know what I mean? She licking under the balls, she smacking the dick, you know, all on her eyes. I'm talking to even you squares. You know what I mean? I'm just talking to men right now. You know how it be. I'll never leave. Oh, I love you. I appreciate you so much. I love you so much, Daddy. You know, she didn't put her eyelashes. She didn't put her fake eyelashes, her big long fake eyelashes, all in the mouth of your dick. You know what I mean? Slapping the dick. She didn't put your dick behind her ears, spanking the back of her ears with your dick. She got an email address with your dick, a residence with your dick, all of this shit. But when it all came down to it, when that bad circumstance came, you was like, whoa, who is this? I didn't even know she was capable of all of this. Damn, who is this fag? Who is this punk? Damn. We were just having a beautiful time. All of the memories. Damn, who is this person in this courtroom sitting on the stand pointing their finger at me? Who is this? Damn, who is this person in my motion of discovery giving, you understand me, discoveries to these people? Damn, who is this bitch? Do you know who that is? Some of y'all got strangers in your house, enemies in your house, sleeping with the enemy, having sex with the enemy. You know? Then some of you niggas, man, it's just obvious, man. It ain't even a deception thing. It ain't no, oh, I didn't know. Like, you knew the bitch wasn't shit. But you like fucking with ain't shit ass bitches. So I can't really feel sorry for you. You know, I've heard niggas say that. You know, I remember one nigga, and this supposed to be the pimpin', he said, you know what I mean, the bitch, you know what I mean, she got that mean streak in her. You know, she low down and dirty, like me. You know, bitch ain't shit. I'm like, damn, what a nigga pretty much telling me he ain't shit. You know? And that ain't the pimpin'. The pimpin' is the shit. You know, the pimpin' ain't no low down, no character, no morals, no principle, no standards having motherfucker. This is some low down, dirty dude that was supposed to be in another lifestyle that slipped on a banana peel and fell into ours because a bitch liked his dumb ass. You know? So we had different individuals, you know what I mean, that think that they this pimping. That's another one, man. You know, Sin trying to basically keep this. I'm already over, you know what I mean, the time. Like I said, man, I was trying to give y'all this good game without keeping you here 100,000 years. But man, it'd be so hard because so many things come to mind that wasn't even to mind when I even started the subject. Next thing you know, I'll be here for 1,000 years. You know? Just still teaching and preaching this game, man. You know, but think even about that situation. Man, I wasn't even thinking about that. Think about that situation that I told you about in Minnesota, in Arizona. That was pretty much the same situation with different women. Where in Minnesota, where I met the bride at the club, and we ended up talking after we got out the club, and she came back to the hotel room. She thought that I was gonna dick her down, but I was fresh out of prison at the time, you know? And instead of man, appreciate that, bro. Appreciate the support. Instead of me, giving her the dick, I rejected her. Because at that particular time, man, I was fresh out of prison. I'm in the best shape of my life. You know how it is when you get out of prison, you got that prison glow. You know what I mean? Your skin is on point. You know what I mean? You're working out every day. You're doing over 1,000 push-ups a day, chest on point, stamina right. You can just sit up there and fuck a bitch, you know what I mean, till Adolf Hitler come back as a good man. You can fuck a bitch till the rapture come. You know what I mean? Stamina just on point. And I wasn't thinking about that though. Because when you get out of prison, well, at least when I got out to nothing. So I wasn't thinking about no pussy, But I told her, I said, I appreciate, that, man, you definitely look like a great time. I would love to be in that, but nah, I'm gonna have to say no. And I went into explaining things, and long story short, she went into actually exposing that she had herpes. Now, of course, you got a little clip that somebody wanted to cut off and put on there acting as if I got her. Nigga, I never had herpes a day in my life. But she had herpes. And if I had, allowed the spirit of lust to govern me, I would have had herpes. I could have caught that. But she was a pretty fine ass, Mexican. Freeze even tell you. But I didn't know her. She could have gave me something to fuck me up. I'm just using this as different examples, man. I didn't know that she had herpes. I didn't know. But I possibly could have got it if I would allow the spirit of lust to lead me. So don't think that I'm just talking to the pimpin'. I'm talking to you squares as well. Because even you can take heed to this game. As I like to say, this game is so impeccable that it's applicable to everybody's lifestyle. And when you in the club or wherever you going, just know that attractive woman that you talking to, or endeavoring to have, it's a chance that she just might have a sexually transmitted disease. You don't know her. You know what I mean? That's why I thought that thumbnail was perfect. Hold on for a minute. Sometimes it ain't worth it. No, it's never worth it when they got diseases in their body. No, it definitely ain't worth it. But to sit up there, man, and wrap this shit all up, in a nutshell, when you don't know the individual that you're speaking to, dealing with, whatever, especially for those that's presiding over a woman or women, and you don't know them, because some of you still don't even know how to properly interview a woman. Within the interview, you're doing a lot of talking and not enough listening. And if you're just talking to be talking and you're not listening, then how could you pay attention to the signs that God is showing you, that the game is showing you warning, showing you destruction? You can't even see the destruction that's ahead because you're talking too much. Let that bitch talk. Let her tell on herself. You ask her questions that gives information that which will basically be the route on how to go about presiding over this woman. But you can't preside over this woman if you talking just as much as her or more than her within that interview. And that's where a lot of y'all going wrong. You talking to the broad and she telling you that she before she was in the game, she was in a relationship and she called the police on her boyfriend. And it be shit like that the niggas will pass over. Be like, yeah, man, you know what I mean? She was a square at the time, man. She wasn't in the game at the time. She wasn't in the lifestyle at the time, so that don't count. You got some stupid motherfuckers that actually think like that. But within that interview, she might sit up there and tell you that she called the police on her husband. She called the police on her boyfriend. That right there should have been a red flag. But instead, you allowed the bitch to keep talking and you passed over. And let me also say this. In this game, we got some beautiful enemies. Oh my God, that's another message. I won't even speak too much. I might have to save that. That's the title of another powerful message. Beautiful enemies. Just like I had beautiful trash, one day I'm going to have to bring beautiful enemies. In this game, we got some beautiful enemies. P, what you mean by that? We got a lot of women that's attractive, but they're not on one accord with this game at all. But extremely attractive, but they're not attentive to the game. She's the enemy of the game. But because she's marketable, niggas will look over the abominable things that she said or she has done simply because her appearance is beautiful. She looked like she can make billions of dollars, you know what I mean, every night. She looked like she ain't coming in the house with nothing less than 5,000 a night. So even though the bitch said 5,000 times that she basically, you understand me, called the police on her husband or called the police on her boyfriend or called the police when she got in the lifestyle on her first P or the second P that she was with. He walks right past that simply because she's beautiful. She's marketable. How many remember when Sin used to say this? Because she's the snow. Now, we got beautiful enemies of all nationalities. But, ooh, don't let that beautiful enemy be the snow. Because if that beautiful enemy is the snow, she's white, and she got blonde hair, oh, man, that's like kryptonite to you niggas. You don't know how to maintain your standards and pimp past a bitch being a beautiful white blonde. P, man, she snitched on your homeboy. I know, but she the snow. P, she just called you a nigga right in front of your mama and told your mama to shut the fuck up, you nigga bitch. I know, but she the snow. P, you gonna let this bitch sit up there and slap the shit out of you in front of your hoes? She just slapped the shit out of you in front of your hoes and said, nigga, I'm not going to work tonight. Bitch, you put on the motherfucking heels and you go get my bills tonight. Bitch, how about you go to Fig and do it big? I know, man, but she's the snow. P, she just stood up there and said that she about to stick a dildo in your ass and fuck you. You know what I mean? Like Johnny Gill said, she gonna rub you. She gonna fuck you the right way. I know, man, but she's the snow. That's a lot of y'all. You're laughing, but that's a lot of y'all mentality. You know? You don't know how to pimp on the snow. Pimpin' just leave you. Pimpin' just go, just leave you. First of all, you never had it if it's like that, but I'm just saying, you know, yeah, if your pimpin' leave, if your so-called pimpin' leave every time a beautiful white blonde, your standards leave. I'm not going to the track. I'm not a track girl. I'm not a street walker. Okay, you don't gotta be a street walker. The way you start, the way you end. Like I said, man, so many enemies of the game was created by non-pimping motherfuckers. You ain't got to go outside. I'm not going to go outside. I'm not a street walker. I told you this. You didn't read the blonde, white bitch, white hoe, 304, no 16 contract. It says right here, nigga, that I don't have to go to the track. Read it right here. Let me see. Oh, damn, my bad. I told you. I'm a beautiful white girl. It's in the contract. I don't go outside. What? You better set me an OnlyFans account. And that is these, hey, y'all laughing, but this is so real. You know, I'ma wait. I'ma wait to bring that one. I might not even bring that message to next year. But I got a message that's gonna kill y'all, man. What type of deal is this? What type of deal is this? But I ain't even gonna elaborate. You know, that's definitely gonna end up in the long run, probably going on my $50. Now that probably end up on my 100 in the future $100 tip. You know what I'm saying? What type of deal is this? You know, some of you don't know how to be men. You don't know how to maintain your standards. You don't know how to maintain your so-called pimping because the bitch is beautiful or she's marketable. It ain't that some of them, it ain't that she thick. You know, she could be a little 5'3" little white girl, you know what I mean? That's 100 pounds by the grace of God, you know what I mean? But she make money. She's got all the marketability in the world. You know, so by him not pimping on the bride, you know, because he just want to live off the earnings of prostitution, because I told you that pimping is dominion. Pimping is when your opinion got dominion on everything that woman say and do. And if your opinion ain't got dominion over everything that woman say and do, then please stop disrespecting this pimping. Just say you getting some money. Just say you charging the bitch. Just say you breaking her when she come in the door. You know, but don't disrespect the pimping by saying you pimping on the bride and you don't got full control over this situation. If you don't have full dominion over the situation, don't disrespect the pimping by saying this is pimping. Don't even do that. Because you don't have control. Your P don't stand for power. Leave it alone. You just charging what is chargeable. You're breaking on what's breakable. And some of these women know that I'm telling the truth. You know what I mean? That's why they have the attitude that they're having, that they have. So by the time the real pimps come with choosing fees and standards and, you know, morals and character and principles and things like that, she looking at the pimping like, what is all of this? That's my cousin. What's going on, Steve? Love, bro. You know what I mean? She like, what is this? The last 3 guys that I fuck with, they didn't have no balls. Why are you trying to maintain your balls? No, see, here, look. This is the 304 no 16 compromise contract. Look at this right here. It says you give up your balls to ball with me. So you're trying to maintain your balls. You want to maintain your manhood and things like that. Give me those balls, sir. You know what I mean? That's how these that's how these little bitches be. And y'all be letting these bitches get away with murder. I'm not going to the track. Or bitch might not even say it. I'm not going to work tonight. Bitch just tell you that she not going to work tonight. I'm just not up to it. I'm just not up to it, okay? So you just go to, listen, I don't want to be bothered. I'm just not up to it, okay? Respect my bubble. I'm just not going out tonight. I'm just not into it tonight. I just want to chill out. Every night I don't want to go and fucking suck on tricks. Like, I just want to stay in tonight, okay? Is that too much to ask? Then the bitch might say something that'll gross you out. Like, do I have a privilege? Am I still a human being? Do I have the right to do whatever I want to do? Is it still my choice, or am I being human trafficked? That is, if you ever want to discuss a pimp or make a pimp throw up or make a pimp, there's them words right there. Do I have a choice? Am I still a human being? Do I still have the liberty to do what I want? Or am I being human trafficked? And you got white bitches there to sit up there and press it like that. And because you niggas let your balls, you signed over your balls a long time ago, you know what I'm saying? You know, yeah, see what I mean? Please stop, right. Real men like, ugh. It might even remind niggas of certain situations. Do I have power to do what I want to do? Am I still a human being or am I being human trafficked? Let me know. Because if it's my choice, then I don't want to go out tonight. But if you're gonna make me go to work, then this is human trafficking. You know, any real pimp, any man with standards, he's not gonna fuck with a bitch like that. But you got niggas that will still deal with a situation like that, not understanding that he's creating and enabling an enemy of the game. He's creating a fag. The bitch is a gremlin, and every day, he's putting water on that gremlin. He's making her a bigger fag. At first, she was just a little fag. Now that she's fucking with him, she got her wings. How many of y'all remember Gremlins? You know what I mean? I think it was part 2 or 3 when they finally had they had wings. You know what I mean? They was the green thing. They had turned completely green and they had wings. Right. That's how you niggas is. Some of y'all remember that illustration that I gave you, you know, when I did, would you rather have a flatbacker or a thief? And I showed you, you know what I mean, gremlins in that particular video. That's how y'all is though. Hit the like button. Yeah, get my likes up, man. I didn't talk so much motherfucking shit. You know what I mean? I didn't spoke so much about this pimping. You know what I mean? My like should have been over 700 by now. You know, 7 stand for perfect. 7 is sanctified. 7 mean peace. Yeah, get me out that 6, man. Yeah, hey, take your fat nutty professor finger, man, and hit that like button and make my shit say that 7. Yeah, get me out that 6, man. Yeah, there we go. Now we in the 704. Yeah. Yeah, now I feel good. 7 means sanctified. 7 mean perfect. 7 mean peace. You know, I can shalom in the 7. Yeah. But yeah, I can pimp in the 7, man. But check it out. You know, hold on, let me go. Bam. You know what I mean? Let me just sit up there and give you some good game before I sit up there and leave you. You know, because this message really was for, you know, the pimping, but it really was to you non-pimping motherfuckers, man, because with that non-pimping shit, what you're doing is you creating, inventing, you're founding, you know, some of you niggas are the founders and pioneers of fags. You're the founders and pioneers of enemies of the game because you're not doing no pimping. You know? And then when the real pimp get with the bitch and he's presiding over, he's sending her out the door, he's providing instruction, he's pimping. But he don't understand, you know what I mean, by keeping this demonic spirit around him, eventually if the mercies of God, you know what I mean, don't take place, this situation might not end well because he's a pimp, because he's pimping. See, you know, it used to be a saying that you only go to jail and prison for mispimping. But in 2021, you can go to jail and prison for pimping. Yeah, in 2021, you can go to jail and spend eternity, motherfucking, you understand me, all day in prison for pimping. Not mispimping, because really it was no such thing. It was really just no pimping and pimping. But, you know what I mean? You could go to prison for pimping. For actually really pimping, not the Facebook social media shit. No, the real thing. And because you was really pimping on that bitch, and she came from 2 to 3 male actresses before you, she don't know how to handle this pimping. So she emotionally reacts by putting the people in the business. I used to have this bitch. You know? And I would say the name. Fuck it, I'm gonna even say the name. If the punk if the enemy of the game want to have an interview with the bitch, he can. But I'm put that bitch on full blast because not only did she tell on me, but the bitch done did 7 pimps the same motherfucker. Matter of fact, if y'all ever see BP, if you ever be in my comment section and you see somebody by the name of BP, she did the same thing to him. See, that's what separate my platform from them other niggas that be talking about this pimping on YouTube. You got niggas that know me from the Blade. You got niggas that know me from prison. You got niggas that know me basically all my life when I was saved. Then you got niggas that, you understand me, I done knock for the bitch. Then you got one nigga special, he'll come in every now and then. He gave me my first phone call, which I did a video with, which no other pimp has ever done before. Because everybody talk about who they knock, but they never want to talk about, you know what I mean, who knocked them. But they're just put on a facade like, you know, they just unknockable, you know. But that's what separate me from these other cats that's just talking. It's the evidence that's shown. You dig? When you look up my criminal history, everything is related to what? I'm not robbing banks. I'm not selling drugs. I'm not in none of those things, mister. Motherfuckers know my lifestyle. They know what it is with me. I'm not sugarcoating it. I don't encourage none of the youth to be sinful to Pete. I always tell the youth to get your CDL. Give your life to God, son. You know, stay on that side of the street. Don't try to come in these streets, man. You know, because they give a million upon innumerable years for this shit right here. But at the same time, those that know me, and Rob Bass can speak for this, and people that just know me from childhood, every lifestyle that I ever been in, I always represented it to the fullest. To the fullest. I got some BDs that'll tell you that, yeah, you know, we had sit up there and jumped them and everything like that, but not one time did they ever get me to disrespect, you know what I mean, me being a stone or none of that. Any lifestyle that I've ever been in, I always represented, and I represented to the fullest. Everybody that knew me knew what the fuck I was. You even seen the homie, you know what I mean, G. Francis, you know, Gilbert up in here. You know what I mean? He even sat up there, you know what I mean, and told you, appreciate that, Rob. Good looking, bro. You know what I mean? Every lifestyle that I've ever been in. Rob, could you let them know when I was saved? I was saved. It wasn't no hypocrisy. On prom night, I wasn't at prom. I was preaching. It's a difference, man. There's a reason why I can talk this shit. Because I lived it. And I'm still living it. That's the difference. People be like, why seeing me going off on Dr. BOA and Saint and the Sinner and Ramel and different motherfuckers like that? Because they not this. And they profess to be this. Or profess that they used to be this. And it's not true. Don't nobody know them. See Sapoba the Prince in the comment section? Before YouTube was, he already knew who I was. That's the difference. Before he seen me on YouTube or any social media platform, we knew each other from the streets. I'm from Chicago, but he met me through what? Pimpin in California. You know what I mean? I'm just giving confirmation to the information. You know what I mean? But, you know, I wanted that to lead me to talking some more shit and beating y'all upside the head. But before I sit up there and leave, let me just minister this one more time. When you don't pimp, son, you create enemies in the game. When you don't pimp, P, you create fags in the game, adversaries. When you accept the snitch, you give her a license to keep snitching. When you accept the bitch after she told you that she put the pimpin' in jail, you pretty much basically accepted the fact that, you know, baby, you can put me in jail too. You know, when you don't pimp, or basically you participating in a lifestyle that you're incapable of doing some pimp, you make it hard for the real pimps. And then when he come, you know what I mean, in contact with the bride, you putting the pimpin's life in jeopardy. Because by you not pimping, he's going to pimp. You didn't pimp, but he's going to pimp. And by him doing some pimping, he might end up in somebody's prison. That's my point. You didn't pimp. That's not your thing. But he's going to pimp because it's in him to pimp. And because it's in him to pimp, and that's all he's going to do, he might end up in somebody's prison or somebody's graveyard because of the stupid shit you did or didn't do. Appreciate that 20, fam. You know what I mean? That's the difference. Hold on. Pimping on the enemy. Some of y'all right now, you know what I mean? That new face just might be a new case. You better learn how to interview. You know? If the bitch told you that she stole from the pimping and she came to another P with the pimping shit, and you see that a lot of that go on. You know, she took a watch from the pimping. She took something valuable from the pimping and she brought it to another pimp and he accepted it with no problem. You know what I mean? You have to listen. These bitches will tell you their character. All you got to do is listen. She'll let you know that she an ain't shit ass bitch. You know what I'm saying? A bitch will tell you that she willing to leave her kids, her kid or kids, to come fuck with you. You done had a 45-minute conversation with her from off Instagram, and she's willing to get on that Greyhound. She's willing to get on that plane and leave her kids, you know what I mean, to come fuck with you. That bitch is an enemy to her kids. That bitch is an enemy to herself. How's she gonna be a friend of this game? See, when you desperate and when you only thinking about paying a bill or keeping a roof over your head or food in your mouth, of course, you don't have these thoughts. But, you know what I mean, if you have really allowed the spirit of wisdom to minister to you, the spirit of pimping to minister to you, this bitch willing to leave her kids and get on the Greyhound and meet a total stranger that she met on Instagram. And she gonna leave the kids with her mama and come travel and sell pussy for a motherfucker that she just had a 45-minute conversation from a 45-minute conversation with. You know what I mean? She's an enemy to herself. She's an enemy to the children. You got bitches that'll hit a lick or make all of this money, won't even think about sending a dime to the child. A lot of you squares is bamboozled and fooled and deceived. You think that, you know what I mean, these bitches love their children and the pimping be keeping them, you know what I mean, away from these children. You don't even understand. You know what I mean? It be the pimping making these hoes see their children. Oh, I gotta just tell the truth tonight. Bitch didn't even want to see her child. The pimping had to sit up there and pimp at the bitch mind so she could sit up there and see her child. I'm not just talking about me from my autobiographical experiences. I'm speaking from, you know what I mean, my observation of seeing other representations in the game preside over different hoes. Come on, man, let's just tell the truth. They not going to put that on TV. They not going to show that on the news. These people that you think they're so demonic and he the devil in human flesh, he's sick in the head and all of this type of shit. You know what I mean? You didn't even know that the only reason why this woman went to even go see her child is because the pimpin' gave the bitch some money, got her a room, or basically drove the bitch, you know what I mean, to see her child. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I did that with desire. Some of y'all that remember, you remember when I told you about a young woman that I knocked in Vegas, but she was from Spokane, Washington. I'd actually met the guy that she had came from at Dre's brother's service. Yeah, that nigga came to me at the reprise. I'm sitting over there chopping it up, you know what I mean, amongst the pimping. He said, AP, hey, did you used to have a bitch by the name of Anastasia Shivers? Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, man, that was my bitch, man. I was listening to you one day, man, on YouTube. I was like, damn, so that was P. And we ended up chopping it up and everything, but come to find out, he was the one that dropped the bitch off at the Greyhound. He had dropped the bitch on the Greyhound, you know what I mean? I ended up seeing the bitch, and yeah, it went on from there. But when we went to California, I was like, man, you got a whole daughter out here. I said, the game can't bless you and you not being a blessing to your child. You got to give an account to God on how you as a steward over your child. Now, the lifestyle that we live, no, it ain't the holiest of holies or the righteous of righteous. But one thing about it is we people with standards. We got character. And you can't be fucking with me, man. You know what I mean? If you ain't going to sit up there and take care of your daughter. You mean to tell me you got a daughter out here in California and you don't want to see your baby? And she bust out in tears and all that type of stuff like that. That's why, you know, man, I got an eternal residence in the bitch mind still to this day. But what fucked me up was when that same little girl at the time, and she don't really know, bless her little heart, you know, she ended up getting at me in my DM, talking about some, she watch all my videos and compliment me on this, and you know, one of my young niggas, my little niggas, you know, she used to fuck with and everything like that. And as we kept talking, I ended up finding out that this girl in my DM is that same little girl that I made Desire go see. This was Desire's daughter. You know what I'm saying? She don't even know all the history between me and her mama, because really, and I didn't ever put that out there, but that's new information to y'all. But yeah, when I got locked up, you know, at that particular time when I got locked up, Star wasn't the only one pregnant. Desire was pregnant at that time too. You know, that's another. I can't give you everything. You know, I got to save a lot of shit for the book, man. You know, but yeah, that book gonna fuck you up. But you know what I mean? The same girl, the same little girl, she was so cute at that time. Just a little cute thing. Now, you know what I mean? That same little girl, now she in the lifestyle. That's what be killing me when I be seeing her on the so-called little Pimpin' hoe page, you know what I mean? Twerking and all of that. I mean, hey, you know, I'll speak on that at another time, but man, that's crazy. How this game be? You know, fuck me all the way up, because that was never, you know, my plan for that to be, you know what I mean? But at the same particular time, you know what I mean, it just is what it is. I'll speak on that later. But one thing I will say is her mother always have the utmost respect for me because I pimp and I was a man to her. You know, she even tell anybody, you know, before him, I didn't really, you know, I didn't even respect pimps. You know, I didn't. He made me respect pimps because of the type of man, you know, that he was. He made me go see my daughter. He made me, you know what I mean, go sit up there and buy things at the store and, you know, learn how to. Because at that time, you know what I mean, she could read, but not like that. Now she reading books and everything like that. I'm proud of her. But I'll get into that at another time. You know, non-pimps that try to pimp but incapable of pimping. When you don't pimp and the niggas that's just incapable of pimp, you create enemies. You create enemies in the game, man. You know, that's why we got that's why the volume of faggotry is as high as it is. That's why we got real pimps pimping on, you know, enemies and shit like that. And if they keep on, they might 9 out of 10, they gonna be in a correctional facility real soon. Because you got some pimps right now that's presiding over some bitches, and he don't even know that the bitch is a snitch. And I've been there before. Matter of fact, those that's on my Patreon, y'all remember the little bitch that I showed, the little fake Mariah Carey looking bitch that I used to have. Yeah, you know what I mean? She fucking with some D-boy ass nigga now that ended up shooting some nigga on 27. I ain't gonna say too much, you know what I mean? Not saying no names, but yeah, you know what I mean? That situation, you know what I mean, come from basically that bitch sitting over there, because she didn't even know nothing about 27 until she started fucking with me. I didn't know that the bitch basically had told on her first folks. That's what I mean by, do you know her? This is somebody that used to smile and laugh with me, and we had memories, and you know what I mean? I taught her the game. I was pimping on her, lacing her. You know what I mean? She was, man, listen, man, that bitch will sometime go to 27th Street, man. That bitch will call me sometime, man, within a 4 to 5 hour period, man. She'll have like 12, 1300, you know, already, man. You know what I mean? It became too easy for her. I started telling the bitch, you can't come in the house, man, unless you got 2,000 or more. Because it's getting a rack and all that shit on 20. It was too easy. That's why when all them little niggas talking about ain't no money on 27, it's too slow and all, them niggas ain't pimps, man. You know what I mean? Them niggas ain't pimps, man. You know, but make a long story short, that baby daddy, that nigga that she with now, that non-pimping ass nigga, you know what I mean, that's jealous of me and ain't never physically even met me. Man, listen, that bride had told on her first folks, and the way that I found out about it was because the pimpin' was watching my video, and I started talking and saying certain things, and he started putting certain things together. Man, he got in my DM with the paperwork. Now, by the time this happened, of course, I no longer had the bride. You know what I mean? She blew, you know what I mean, to, you know, one of my partners and things like that. Yeah, this is that same situation where I told you the nigga had damn near paid $500 or $600 for a damn Uber ride from Arizona to Vegas. Man, I was so hurt. This is what I mean by creating enemies in the game. The nigga paid $500 or $600, man, for a fucking Uber ride from Arizona to Vegas, man. I can't make this shit up. That's what I mean, man, creating enemies in the game, man. You know, bitch ain't gonna respect this game. Bitch ain't gonna respect this pimping, man, when you doing shit like that. You know? Then you have another pimp get the bitch, you know what I mean? He don't even know that the bitch an enemy of the game, you know? Like I didn't, because the bitch even knows that. I said, bitch, you know, if I knew that you had told on your first folks, I would have never fucked with you. And the bitch, I know. You know what I mean? I don't fuck with snitches. I don't fuck with minors. I don't fuck with snitches. I don't fuck with none of that. You know, none of that. Knowingly. No, I don't. I didn't know at the time. You know what I mean? But once he showed me the paperwork, you know what I mean? And she was on the stand, I was like, oh, hell no. You know? Question again, do you know who you presiding over? Do you actually know her? Hold on. There we go. A lot of you guys, man, you don't know her. I thought that I knew her, but I didn't. Not in totality. I was checking currency. I was teaching her how to get it. We had good memories. We did some things, but I didn't know her in totality, man. When she was telling me about her whole biography, she didn't include that. Yeah, she didn't put that in the motherfucking biography. Yeah, she didn't tell me nothing about no snitching. I had to find that out through the pimping. Damn, I wasn't even thinking about that, but let me slide that in before I leave. That's another way that you niggas don't be finding out about these hoes, because you're not communicating with the pimping. Some of you niggas be so thirsty and so desperate that a bitch will get out of pocket with you and the bitch ain't got nothing in her pocket to put in your pocket. But you so desperate to have a bitch, you will move the bitch off the blade, no money, drive the bitch all across town, you know what I mean, then fucked on the bitch, did all type of shit, you know, with this bitch that ain't even paid you yet, you know what I mean, out of being desperate. That type of shit happens in California, in Southern California, damn near every day. You got niggas sitting over there moving pimps bitches, you understand me, and ain't getting paid. Ain't getting no money. Didn't break the bitch for nothing. You know? Tasting the bitch. Fucking the bitch. All of this ungodly, abominable, unrighteous, unpimpish type of shit. Just nasty. You know? Just took the bitch all off Western. Now he at the Western Inn. He at the Western Inn Hotel. He all up in Orange County with the bitch. He done drove from Western. He done drove from Western all the way down to motherfucking, you understand, the Western Inn Hotel, you know what I mean, in Orange County with the bitch. You know? That's what I mean. Then some of you niggas, you afraid to give the pimpin' a phone call. So that's how you miss a lot of information about that bitch. You know, the pimpin' can't inform you about the F's on the bitch report card because you didn't want to communicate with the pimpin'. All you wanted to do was just hurry up and have the bitch. But you didn't want to have the game though. You didn't want to really pimp. You know, some of y'all believe everything that the bitch tell you. So because you believe everything that the bitch tell you, that hinders you from sitting over there getting all the information that you were supposed to get from the pimpin'. Pimpin' can't lace you up, you know what I mean, about her character and her downfalls and her downsettings and her frailties and insecurities and iniquities about this motherfucking game. You know what I mean? Simply because you're not fellowshipping with the pimpin'. That's why I told you, different individuals will tell you, oh man, ain't no sense of, I don't want to, when you hear niggas like Romeo and all of these niggas, I wasn't in the game for fame. And nigga, it ain't about fame in the game. Idiot. When you done really pimped and did this shit for real, you know how beneficial it is to know official motherfuckers in the game. When you really pimp, you know the benefits of being in a pimp circle. When you really done pimped. Because in that pimp circle, pimps will be chopping it up, man. Sometime 120 minutes, 240 minutes, 240 minutes, sometimes 480 minutes. No matter how, I don't know how long the pimp might decide to chop it up. But within that pimp circle, as they sit up there and start chopping it up, you're going to find out some shit that you didn't even know. You might find out about some shit about an ex-hoe of yours or about the hoe that you currently preside over now if you get in that pimp circle and start chopping it up amongst pimps. You know? So when that goofy sat up there and said that bullshit talking about some, when I said, man, don't nobody know you, and he come back talking about some, you know what I mean, wasn't nobody supposed to know me. See, I wasn't in it for the fame and all. That sound like something a square ass nigga would say that never pimped. But he that has pimped cross country knows the benefits of being in a pimp circle. You gonna learn something. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, this video was only supposed to be a motherfucking hour, man. I only mean to give y'all a spoon full of this shit. I didn't mean to give y'all a buffet. Yeah, man, I just meant to sit up there and give you the salad bar, man. I done fucked around and gave you a buffet, man, of this game. And cold part about it is I done gave you a buffet and still got some more in me to sit up there and chop this shit up. You know? Yeah, but I don't want to sit up there and overdo it, man. I might sit up there and call this, you know what I mean, Pimping on the Enemy Part 1. and might give you a part 2 in the future, man. Cause I could just keep going, man. This shit right here, this just go on. This go on and on and on. You know? But it's just so much information, within here. I don't want to overdo it. I don't. You know? So I'm just give you a little bit, man. Just some more of it. And when I do another live on the subject, I'm gonna give you some more of it. Yeah. I want you to be like David. I want your cup to run it over. Yeah. But I love you guys. Hey, before let me do this right quick. Mods, drop the link to my Patreon in the comment section. If you guys are impressed, you like this particular video on this YouTube, man, go watch the videos on my Patreon. And if you can't afford to come to the $50 tier, come to the $5 tier. The $50 tier is mostly for the pimps anyway. That's where all the pimp shit at. See that link? See that link that Andre just put in the comment section? Yeah, come over there. I got over 1,000 videos on that Patreon. And you can see damn near majority of them just for $5. If you can't afford the $50 tier, come to the $5 tier. Yeah, come to the $5 tier, man. And for those of you that want to follow me on Instagram, I only got one account, Sinful to P773. That's Sinful to Pimp page. That's by the feds. The feds is behind that Sinful to Pimp page, the Sinful to Pimp page. That Sinful to Pimp page, yeah, that's by Kiko. That's Keisha from False Alert. That's not me. Only page I got is SINFULTHEP 773. Sinful to P773. Also, let me say this to you niggas, man. Stop trying to treat this game like these bitches be trying to treat this pimping. Yeah, nigga, that don't nobody sit up there, man, and lace y'all niggas, man, and give you encouragement and enlightenment, about that pavement, man, like I do. And there ain't no disrespect to the OGs, you know what I mean? But, man, they don't even kick this shit like I do. They can't. They not active, because you could be a Hall of Famer. But if you ain't pimped, you know what I mean, since King Harriet had chariots and shit, it's just not going to touch like that active, man. It's not. I'm just telling it like it is. Especially if you've been married and you doing the girlfriend, boyfriend thing right now. It's not going to touch like that active. It's not. No matter how much game you got, your shit got, you Sega Genesis 64-bit. I'm on another level. But anyway, look, check this out. I want you to go to my Patreon. Definitely come over to my Patreon. And I definitely want you to come to my consultation. If you need consultation, you want to speak to me privately, man, about this game, you ain't even got to be no pimp, man. I counsel squares. I've been counseling a marriage couple for years. I counsel squares too. Strippers, square prostitutes, all y'all. And hey, this is what I will tell you. You need to sit up there and have consultation with me this year. You know why it's only $200? Because next year, with the things that I'm getting ready to do, that's going to change. So yeah, man, come over to the www.sinfultop.net, click on the consultation button, man, and set up an appointment, and we'll get to it. But stop trying to do me like these hoes be trying to do the pimping, man. You know how these bitches be doing. They be they only want to call a pimping when they on their last leg and shit. Some of y'all niggas only want to have consultation when you fighting a case and all of that shit. You want to call me when it's all bad and fucked up and cloudy skies and your rockledons. No, nigga, call me when it's good. Call me when you pimping. Nigga, call me when you got a raise on your job. Niggas want to call me on some woe is me and type shit. They want to weeping and gnashing of teeth and lamentations over the phone and shit. Nigga, call me when everything good, when it's summertime days. Don't be trying to call me when it's 15, 20 below zero and don't nobody want you and all of that shit. Nigga, goddamn. But anyway, man, hopefully, man, I'll be able to come back. Maybe we might be able to gamble later on the night. I might sit up there, man, and have some music battles later on. I might just come back. But I love you guys. Make sure you hit the like button, man. As much game in this video, it should be thousands of likes. But I love y'all. And one more thing. When I end this, get in the comment section and tell me what you liked or whether you disliked or whatever. But get the comment section lit. Love y'all. I'm gone. Hope you live as long as you want and never want as long as you live. Gone.